Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Vibrational Actor, right? It's funny because I did an episode of Heart of Christ Ministry earlier, and, I felt and listened to the intuitive guidance to come here and to do a video on the Vibrational Actor. So let me introduce myself. I am Reverend Shaun Robert Grant. Happy to be here with you. It has been a long time since we did a video with the concept of the vibrational actor because things have been really busy, and that's a beautiful thing and something I'm extraordinarily proud of. But I always told myself that whenever I achieve a certain level, or not even a certain level, but any success, I was going to pay it forward. And pay it forward means taking the opportunity to give back to those who can benefit, right? And that's what this is all about. So before we get into that, doing a little something new here today. Here's the thing. As actors, a lot of times, you get that concept, that notion that actors are struggling artists. I call bullshit on it. I call bullshit. And the reason I call bullshit is because as an actor, you're a business. And what is a business designed to do? A business is designed to create value and then receive money from that, receive resources. Like, that's what a business comes down to. So the vibrational actor is a business. And with that being said, if this message or any message in the past benefits you and you feel led to want to give and to donate, please do. There's a lot of stuff that we can do with it as far as books, podcasts, all types of stuff. So don't hesitate, right? Don't hesitate to give. If you do, it's Venmo, Heart of Christ Ministry, PayPal, ShaunG04@gmail.com. Thank you in advance for that. And let's pop into our message today. The Vibrational Actor 2022. How to free yourself from being stuck in your acting career. Okay. I'm gonna try to get this in before I lose all my light because I'm using natural light from the window. Basically, the idea of being stuck is one of those things that is what I like to call an illusion, right? It's an illusion that's been accepted, and we're going to get into this, by so many people. And sadly, it's an illusion that has allowed so many other actors and performers to quit when all they had to do was shift. Okay. And so we're going to talk about shifts and all that other great stuff. But when we say stuck is a strong word, because if you ever been stuck in the mud, if you ever been like stuck in your vehicle somewhere, if you ever been like stuck in line, you're not really stuck, right? The first thing that has to shift is the mindset, right? The mindset of not being stuck, right? Even if it gets to the point and you say, this too shall pass, or I am right where I need to be, guess what? You shift out of being stuck, okay? Now, I kind of jumped into the first one without even really pulling it up yet, but I just wanted to make sure that we were clear on the idea that nothing in this universe, nothing in this life has any type of finality to it, right? Not even death, right? We go on in death to live and expand into another dimension, right? So that's what I believe in. But ultimately, you can't look at anything in the universe as fixed, right? Or something that can never change, because the only constant there is change. Okay. So let's get into it. Number one, being stuck is a mental obstacle of the mind that can be cleared with a shift in our thought process. And I just talked about it, and which is really quite wonderful, is that being stuck, and notice I put stuck in parentheses, not parentheses, quotations, because it's not real. So it's like stuck, right? So anyway, if at ever any time in your career, and I wrote about this last night on my Medium article, if at any point in time in your career you felt stuck, it's because you weren't able to take a step back and sort of tap into the intuition, the actor's intuition, as I like to call it, and find a different route to take. Okay. So once again, I wrote about this last night, and this article is available on Medium if you decide that you want to read it, to give it a read. When it comes to acting, when it comes to life, but acting especially, a lot of times, especially when you're beginning and you're in that middle path, it's like riding a wave as a surfer. Okay. If you've had a career long enough, and what I mean, like a few years or more, you understand that there's times where it seems like you're surfing the wildest, most intense, gnarly wave there is, and you're killing it, right? And then what happens? All of a sudden, you surf that wave, and then it crests, and then all of a sudden, it seems like things stop. And the problem is, when things stop, we have a tendency to sort of believe, oh God, like this is what's happening. Why am I not, doing, really good? The truth of the matter is you've just rode that wave of energy, right, to the point where it did what it needed to do, and then it began to transmute itself into new energy, right? And here's where saying that I learned a long time ago goes, that you can't continually do the same stuff over and over and expect different results. And even though there's this notion that as an actor you can do the same stuff and continue to do the same stuff and still succeed, the fact of the matter is you can't, right? You can't. So what do? You take a step back, you meditate, and you start to think about your thought process, okay? Your thought process. And instead of saying being stuck, right? Let's just say standstill, right? I'm at a standstill, and I need to find out how to shift my mind to get out of that standstill, right? So what do? I meditate. I keep everything wide open, and I center myself. I get quiet and calm, and I listen to what comes through, right? And an example of this would be you're writing, high, you're booking left and right. Everything is going well. And then all of a sudden, it comes to a halt, right? Well, a lot of times, in my experience, what has happened is the divine, the God, the universe has been showing me that I need to shift into a place, right? I need to shift into a place where I am being more creative within myself and not so much looking for the fulfillment from the outside of an acting job. And I'll still book acting jobs, but all of a sudden I feel more fulfilled by doing my own thing, right? Because it's just easily accessible. I don't have to audition. I don't have to just jump through hoops for anybody, but I can fulfill my own self creatively. And that all of a sudden raises my vibration and puts me in tune with the opportunity to get other jobs. But I enter those jobs without being in a desperate energy or an energy that says, okay, I need to book this, right? So a lot of times when that wave stops, and I'm gonna tell you, I've been on a massive wave since the beginning of the year, like massive, right? And it's starting to slow down a bit. And so as it's slowing down, what I've done is I've connected, and I realize my inner guidance is just telling me, okay, Shaun, take a break, take a breather, right? Get more into writing, get more into what you love, which is teaching and uplifting, and empowering, right? And that's going to build a sense of fulfillment within. And then the jobs are going to continue to pick up right after that. And sure enough, I listened to my inner guide, and that's exactly what happened. But if I would have said, oh God, I'm stopped, my momentum's done, I'm dead, like, nothing is unfolding for me. What do I do? No, I'm not stuck. I'm at a standstill, which means I've got to take a step back, regroup, figure out what my intuition is going to give my mind, make that shift, and then I'm empowered to make the next move. And it's like I never miss a beat. And that same thing is available for you as an actor or actress, right? That's the most important thing that you can figure out for yourself. You can come in. That's my wife. So you can come in, love. Anyway, So the most important aspect of the truth of this all is just knowing that you can shift your mind and you don't have to be in a space where it's something that is conducive to you not being able to be your best. Okay. And just remember, it's just a shift in thoughts. It's a shift in the mind, a mental obstacle that you just got to get out of the way. And once you do that, you're completely on point. All right. Number 2, you're only stuck if you accept yourself as stuck. So we just discussed about standstill, right? Being at a standstill from the standpoint of, if I say I am stuck, guess what? My subconscious mind is going to leave me stuck. But if I say I'm just paused, right? Paused or at a standstill, guess what happens? Pause means eventually you got to hit the play button and go, right? So you pause, you're still, you figure out, okay, what's next for me that is in my highest good? Where is the universe attempting to lead me? Where is God attempting to lead me on this path in my acting career? And guess what? Sometimes it may take a day or so. It may take however long it takes, but just wait for the guidance to come through. And when you do, you're going to see it's going to open itself up to you and all types of ideas are going to come through, but you'll know the right idea because you'll feel it in your heart, right? The idea that makes the most sense, that is in the highest alignment for you and of source, is the one that feels right, right? It may often be a little scary sometimes, but it feels right. You act on that, bada bing, bada boom, you're riding the next wave, right? And here's the beauty. These waves are always coming every moment of every day. You just got to catch them, right? Just like a surfer, you just got to catch the wave. And when you catch the wave, you'll never be stuck. You'll just be paused and you'll be at a standstill. Okay. And that becomes a beautiful, beautiful process when you look back and you see yourself being able to ride these waves left and right. When it seemed like something stopped, okay, bam, shift my attention, get through any mental block obstacles or anything like that, hop on another wave. Pew, I'm through it, right? Making the most of it. And I'm carrying on my success as I continue to move in a position that allows me to capitalize on that positivity, to capitalize on my ability to really and truthfully understand that there are multiple ways to be in a position to succeed as an actor. Okay. So you're only stuck if you accept yourself as stuck. Remember, it's not about being stuck. It's about pausing. Keep in mind, whenever you pause, there's a play button, and stand still. Whenever you're at a standstill, you eventually you're going to have to keep going, but it starts in the mind, starts in the heart. Make those adjustments, shift out of those mental obstacles, ride that wave. All right. Number 3, and this is the most important one, I think. Well, they're all important, but I think this one is really one of those ones you really have to kind of start with, right? Your creativity and actor's intuition are what will always free you up from being, quote unquote, stuck, right? So I put it there because I want to create emphasis, and we understand that we're not really stuck. And here's the thing about creativity. It doesn't even have to be this huge, big spiritual thing. Creativity can be taking a different route home. It can be going to a different store than you normally go to. It can be, going somewhere different, for the weekend that you don't normally do. Like, creativity can be sparked in any capacity possible. And we have that luxury to do so, right? And when we do that, all of a sudden it starts to create new neurons firing off in our brain. And it also gives us a greater connection to our intuition. Now, how does that work? Easy. A lot of times intuition is blocked because we're set in our own mental ways of doing things. But when we step out of that comfort zone and we start to do things differently, all of a sudden our entire consciousness opens up, and that frees us up from thinking that we're running into this proverbial brick wall. And it allows us, it gives us options to move, right? And so actor's intuition, all that is your divine guidance, right? Basically taking the time to sit still and to listen to what is coming through. And it's very subtle. Sometimes it's subtle as a whisper. Sometimes it comes through a book. Sometimes it comes through a video you're watching. Sometimes it'll come through a person that you meet. Always be listening. Not so much you're listening so hard that you miss it, but understand it gets back to the idea of how does this feel, right? And when it feels right, you know it's really time to move on something. And when you do that, you just can't go wrong. And you wind up finding that you succeed on a much, much greater level when you're listening to that actor's intuition. And a lot of times it's the creativity that gets it going, right? And just be creative about anything. I mean, like, you know, when it comes to like making a sandwich, when it comes to, you know, walking around your neighborhood, like walk the different direction, these small little tidbits, these small little shifts can open the mind to some new and intriguing options for you as you proceed within your acting career. Okay. And so it's just always knowing, okay, I'm never, ever, ever stuck, right? I may be on pause. I may be at a standstill, but I'm never stuck. All I need to do is go within, listen, see what I receive, take that action. I'm telling you, wave after wave is coming through every moment of the day. You jump on that wave and success is yours once again. But you always got to be mindful. You always have to look out for those waves that are coming through. All right. So to wrap things up, here's the truth of the matter. You are never stuck, right? There's never a time at any point in your career you are never stuck unless you allow yourself to be, and unless you accept the fact that you are, right? Be willing to take a step back. Be willing to just really look at things from a higher vibrational perspective. And all that is just getting deeper into a meditation and asking your awareness, okay, what is it that's here that I can let go of? What is it here that I need to do more of? What isn't here that I'm not seeing that I can do more of, right? Ask questions, because our minds work from a standpoint of when we ask the right types of questions, it'll always help us find the solution and the answers. And that's a part of the creativity aspect of things. But understand, you're never stuck, right? You're never stuck. You can always find the right answer, reason, and solution to be your best as an actor or actress. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. It's always a pleasure. Happy to be back with you. It's been a long time, but we'll be coming to you more frequently here. So like we said earlier, if you find that this message benefits you in any way, shape, or form, and you find a message in the past has benefited you in any way, shape, or form, feel free to donate. Donate from a place of love. Venmo, Heart of Christ Ministry, PayPal, ShaunG04@gmail.com. ZELLE is the exact same way if you decide to do so. Thank you in advance for that. We greatly appreciate it. And just keep in mind, it's never about being stuck. It's never about understanding that you're up against a wall, because you're not. And when you know that, when you believe that, when you trust that, you'll find that everything works itself out for the very best. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk soon. Take care.